A man say hello to the people.
Everything's good, man. How about you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. How was your week, Mr. Kabalsak?
It was good. I've been labbing and going to school.
Yeah, you're working on that Injustice 1 tournament? There's still tournaments for Injustice 1?
Nah, not Injustice 1. Injustice 2.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. They're still holding offlines right now? We can't get an offline for MK11, but you could find one for Injustice 1. Good for you. When is your tournament? Is that what, next week?
The 10th.
Isn't that like in 3 days?
Yes, indeed.
Awesome, awesome, man. Get to it. Get to it. Keep us updated on how that goes, and hopefully that turns out well for you. And as far as today's podcast topic, I'm gonna shit on Pro Komp so hard. Kabalsak, you haven't entered one before. I know you've been wanting to. After
Yeah.
seeing how it turned out for me these past couple of weeks, are you still thinking of doing Pro Comp?
Yeah. Seems like an easy top 8.
Really?
Yeah. Because I actually lab and know how to deal with Shield Stomp and projectile spam and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't matter how much you lab when you get situations like I got. Like, it doesn't even.
Well, I consider you lucky. You won like one off of 3 buys. You played in one match.
Yeah, but here's. Okay, so a little bit of backstory, right? This is my third time entering Pro Comp. First time I got top 16, and then afterwards they said I was 25th place. I was like, wait a minute. I pull up the brackets and I'm top 16, but they're like, nah, you're in 25th place. I'm like, okay, that's stupid, but whatever. Second time, I get disqualified because my opponent, when they send out the alerts for your match, they don't send out the alert when it's match time. They send out the alert with a time on it for your match. So it's like, all right. When I got my alert, it was like, okay, go start your match. Here's your opponent. I didn't look at the time, so I sent the invite to my opponent, and a half hour later, they never show up, and so I reported them a no-show. But because I reported them a no-show when I got the alert and not when the actual match time was, I was disqualified for reporting them a no-show early. All right, I'll accept that. That's fine. Then, yesterday, third Pro Comp tournament, and I'm like, fucking shit. I'm not reporting anybody. I'm going to make sure I read the time when the match time is, and blah, 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 blah. So that way I don't get myself disqualified again. So I don't even get my first couple of matches because I've been competing, so I got buys. Right? I have higher rank standing, so I can skip rounds. But so I get my first match, and finally, right, it sends me the alert, hey, this is your match at 3:30. Play this dude. And I'm like, all right, cool. I will play this dude. 3:25 comes, right? I get the alert. No invite, no message from the guy, nothing. Get the invite for the match at 3:30. 3:25 comes along. Well, actually, let me back that up. 3 o'clock comes and I send the invite. I was like, all right, I'm going to send him the invite half hour before the match time. And then, if he comes, he comes. If he doesn't, he doesn't. So at 3 o'clock, I send the invite for our match at 3:30, right? And then at 3:25, I get another message from ESL saying that I've lost my match and that my opponent goes forward. And I'm like, wait a minute. How did I lose my match? Our match isn't even supposed to start for 5 minutes, and I sent this guy an invite half an hour ago, and he still hasn't responded to me. So how did I lose a match that I didn't even play, that isn't scheduled to even be played for another 5 minutes, and my opponent hasn't even shown up, even though I sent out the invite? And they fucking disqualified me basically he reported me as a no-show. I'm assuming because I didn't want to test. I didn't want to figure things out further. I was like, "Fuck this! This is so stupid." But apparently, he just went and listed me as a no-show, and I got disqualified, and he took a free win. But he reported me a no-show before the match even was scheduled to happen. So I got disqualified for that last week, right? And it was an honest mistake. This guy doesn't get disqualified. He gets the win, right? And I'm like, okay, this is fucking stupid, right? This is the shit, right? Like, I get punished for not reading the time correctly when it was my turn. But, like, this dude obviously didn't read the time correctly, or he didn't care, right? And I still get disqualified and sent into loser's bracket. And then I go into loser's bracket, and I'm already pissed. I already don't want to fucking play at this point. I'm like, fuck this tournament. Fuck this tournament series. This is stupid shit. I've never had a good experience with these. I just want to go. But the stream was like, hey, man, just stick it out. Let's see. You're in top 32 on loser's side. You could still come up. I wanted to give up there and just fucking call it a night, but I fought through for my last match just to fucking do it just for the show, right? Just for the stream. I go in and I get my match, and it's some laggy motherfucker who's not even good, and fucking he goes and he counterpicks my RoboCop the first match, beats me on a counterpick. He just turned on Jade Purple shit and fucking ran away. I was like, okay, so I pull out Devora and I just wreck his ass. He tries to counterpick Devora. I wreck his other character. Then he just runs to Shiva and just spams stomps. And by that point, I was like, dude, I don't even fucking care. Like, at that point, I probably could have beaten Shiva's stomp spam, but I was so fed up with the whole tournament that I was like, dude, I don't fucking care. Here, take your win. Here's your stomps. You're better than me. I'm fucking gone. And I just cut the stream and left. And so...
Anyone that doesn't believe...
What's that?
Anyone that doesn't believe this, you all have this recorded. Like, he probably has VODs of every ESL tournament he's been, right?
Yeah, I've been going through and deleting old VODs. I didn't save yesterday's VOD because I didn't imagine that I would get any decent footage to use. I did record the part where I got disqualified and showing, the time and all of that in case ESL wanted me to prove that I was there on time. But they never hit me back, and so I'll probably delete that. I just don't really give a shit at this point. But it's like... yeah, like, it was annoying, like, losing to, like, fucking bullshit Shiva spamming. I probably could have beat it. Like, I was starting to, catch on to what he was up to. But it's just the whole experience was so bad that I didn't care. Like, I didn't care if this guy beat me. I was just, whatever. Like, okay, I'm clearly a better player than them. Clearly, like, they were getting away with just a bad connection, and clearly they didn't know what the fuck to do, and they just spammed stomp. So I was confident that I was a better player than them, and like, after all of that shit, would you really want to fight like a Shiva spammer? Like, after going through that, would you really sit there and be like, yeah, man, I'm gonna blow up this Shiva spammer? Like, to me, it was like, okay, well, this is Mortal Kombat in a nutshell. Online tournaments that are shitty and some fucking idiot just hitting down up the whole fucking match. Like, I just wanted to play the game, and at the end of the day, I was unable to do so. But it's like, I don't know that I'll ever do another Pro Comp tournament like that. That was just so shitty. So shitty.
I wouldn't recommend you do one.
What's that?
I wouldn't recommend you do one. It's just an all-around horrible experience.
Yeah, it's like
you try to play at least one match, you get a bye. The second one too, or if you do actually get a match, it's gonna be laggy as hell, or you're gonna get a Shiva spammer, or it's a mix of both.
Well, and that's the thing, is that's why I don't put much stock in these online tournaments. I don't really care. Like, I do them because, it's easy content for me, right? Like, I can just sit there and do these, and you guys seem to enjoy watching me compete in those. But, like, I just don't. I have a hard time giving a shit about anything to do with online. Like, maybe that's the boomer in me. Maybe I'm just an old man. But, like, the fact that, like, I got beat by someone just spamming Shiva Stomp, and the whole match was laggy as fuck. Like, it was just an awful connection. They were like at like 120 ping. It showed that they were wired, but like there's no wire that's gonna beat 120 ping. So like, he's just spamming stomp, and I'm just mashing dash. Like, I'm just mashing the forward or back button, and like he's catching me in mid dash animation. And at that point, it's like, all right, I made the read. I made the right call out. I countered this thing properly, and it's rolling back, and he's catching me in the middle of the dash animation, which I know it shouldn't be doing that unless there's like rollback and it's rolling back to, the previous state of me starting a dash. So like he wouldn't have beat me if it wasn't online. And like, okay, he beat me. It was an online venue. Like, it was an online tournament. So I'm not making excuses like I lost because of online. It's just that, like, because I knew going in it was going to be an online match, online rules. Play by the online rules, win what you got to win online if you think that's going to win. But the problem I had is, like, I knew how to beat that, and I would have beat it if it wasn't online. So, I mean, like, congrats to him for playing smarter than me and, like, abusing something that there isn't really a good answer to when there's the internet involved.
Physics suck.
What do you mean physics suck? Like, Shiva's physics?
Nah, I mean Shiva's physics. The move shouldn't track that much.
Well, I don't think
If
it's that much of a problem. It's pretty easy to blow up if you're offline. It's not that hard to deal with. The problem is like when I'm literally in the dash animation and she's still hitting me. That's a rollback issue because I would be dashing just through it.
nah,
Like,
watching the stream and what you were doing, you were dashing really late.
yeah, because he was delaying. That's the problem with the stomp is the delay. And the fact that there's 500 fucking timings for it. I figured out why people hate Shiva Stomp so much. And I think
Well, obviously, you just got beaten by it.
well, no, but the reason why Shiva Stomp is such a problem is because it's literally delayed wake up, but I don't have to knock you down first. Right? So in delayed wake up, back in the day, the original delayed wake up, not how it is right now where there's only one timing, but before when there were several timings, if I knocked you down, you had the advantage because you picked when you got to get up. And if I guessed wrong, you get a full combo punish, right? And since there's only 2 delay timings now, it's a little bit easier to deal with. But Shiva's Stomp is literally, I'm going to pick the timing. If you guess wrong, I get to just do this again. And if you guess right, you can punish me. But, like, that's it. Like, and the reason why people, like, didn't, like, they hated delay wake up the way it was before, but they don't hate it as much as Shiva Stomp is because I had to knock you down first. Like, if I don't knock you down, then delay wake up doesn't really matter. And if I knock you down, I can always back up and just not fuck with your mix, right? But with Shiva's Stomp, it's like I'm going to do delayed wake up anywhere on screen at any time. And like you just kind of got to guess. And there's nothing you can do to stop her from just doing it. But like I don't think that Shiva's Stomp is like really that big of a deal offline. And as for my dashing late, dude, I was literally mashing forward I tried to counter it with teleport and delayed teleport, but as soon as she jumped up, I just started mashing forward and back. I would either dash forward or dash backwards. So like if they were coming out that late, then yeah, it is probably lag because as soon as she left the screen, I just started dashing. And I don't know if you guys have seen Hayate's video on that shit, but Hayate exposed how stupid it was. He, and like you can't sit there and be like, well, you got outplayed. It's like, dude, Hayate is literally a world-class fighting game player with multiple, like, high-level placings in professional play and is regarded as one of the best Aaron Blacks and best Fujins in the world. and him just getting blown up by Shiva spam. And like you see in the video, he's literally dashing the whole time, just dashing, and it's still tracking and still catching him because you have to dash when she goes off screen. What's that? Go ahead.
He was dashing. He was wave dashing the first time. Then he tried to airwalk up, but he did it really late. So the second time, so the third time he also tried to airwalk up. He did it right, but he didn't get a punish with the airwalk three. I think the dive kick part of the
Yeah.
airwalk. So he got mad, and then afterwards he tried doing air signal down back four.
Yeah. And I mean, at that point, it's like, why even try further at that point? Like, honestly, even I watched the Hayate clip. Hayate probably would have beat that guy if it wasn't online. But like, go ahead.
I don't even think it's that obnoxious to deal with online. Honestly, I mean, maybe it's because I play Spawn and Spawn and other characters, I can just get away or just combo her for like 50%, but I just don't think it's that annoying, personally.
Well, the annoying thing again is like the delay plus lag. If I make the read, because the way you time the punish on the Shiva stomp is once she gets off screen, you dash. And then if she delays, you have to dash again. But you dash when she goes off screen. But the problem is when you have a bad connection, because the timing to get that dash, it's a pretty big window, but there is timing involved, right? It's not automatic. Like as soon as she jumps, I dash. You do still have to time it. But the thing is, if she delays the timing, which is a base move, right? It's just base. She tracks when you release the timing, she tracks to where your position is, and she has a very fucking big hitbox. So if you're not out of range of it when she releases the stomp, it's just gonna track to you. And online, it's easy to miss that timing in the first place. When they add the delay to it, it's easy to miss it even more so. And then you add lag, and it's a crapshoot whether or not you're gonna dash to blow it up. And the fact that once she lands a stomp, she has enough frame advantage to get another stomp out. And that's, I think, the real problem is like she can just kind of loop that over and over. And offline, I don't think she's that much of a problem. I don't think she's going to be putting in work. But online, yeah, it's pretty stupid to deal with. It's not impossible to deal with, but it's stupid.
I mean, I'd make an argument that online is all we have right now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like this is the problem I have in like why I just kind of don't give a shit about competition right now is because like online is all we have, and like I don't enjoy playing the game online style, like I feel like the game is balanced around offline play. These characters are designed for offline play, and when you use online tactics, it really dumbs the game down, and I don't enjoy it dumbed down more so than it is. Like, take for example Sub-Zero, right? Which he's actually considered good offline too. Now, but before, when Sub-Zero was like considered one of the worst characters in the game on offline, and then online he was considered one of the best characters in the game because of the mix. And it's like, if you couldn't land that mix offline, but you can land it online, and you can just do that, it turns Sub-Zero from this character that's interesting and has a lot going on into a character with two moves. And that's like, do I want to play Sub-Zero and like it's basically just two moves? Am I going to do back three or forward two? Like, do I want to play a two-move fighting game? And like, that's the problem I have with that kind of shit. I get that online is the only thing we've got, but it's just not fun. Like, I don't find it fun to just pick Shiva and hit down up all day. I don't find it fun to pick Sub-Zero and try to win with two moves. And I know that the game isn't like that. I know if we were to go offline, that like none of that shit works, and you actually do have to use the rest of your command list, but we don't have that anymore. That's just the world we live in.
God, I want offline back. Not because I'm gonna compete or anything, but just because of people, less people complaining about stuff and more people playing fun characters to watch, like Scorpion and stuff like that. I don't
Right?
want to watch Sheila stomping or Sub Zero mixing.
Right? Well, I mean, like, just to play the game, like, missing, flawless blocks and things like that. Like, to me, this game was designed to be played offline. Like, all the mechanics are offline mechanics, and playing this game offline when you're playing against someone that's good and you guys are fucking checking each other with mids and controlling space, playing the neutral, landing flawless blocks, landing punishes. Like, this game can't be touched. This is I'm you can call me a shill, but I believe this is the best fighting game on the market if we're talking about the game as it's played offline. Online, dude, this shit is trash. This shit is trash to play online. Like the netcode is glorious, but like the netcode doesn't get rid of like the dumb shit. Like, losing to Shiva spam is dumb. And that shit only really works online. And that's why people are kind of frustrated and angry with the game, because we don't get to actually play the game. We don't actually get to play the game how it was designed, how NetherRealm intended us to enjoy the game. We have to play this weird, like, watered down practice mode that is kind of like the game, but not. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I think it's
Like
like,
online is more based on mix and short hops and stuff, and offline is more based on neutral.
well, it's just reactions and like knowledge actually matter offline more so than online. And I think that's one of the reasons why people are getting frustrated with the game, is because, like, why am I going to go through and spend like a month practicing a bunch of fucking combos and setups and shit, and this guy can like just beat me with like down up? And that's the frustration, is like, yo, man, like, I labbed the fuck out of this game to get good, and this guy is just doing one move over and over, and I know how to beat it, but I can't because it's online. Why am I going to bother? That's why people are quitting the game in droves right now over Shiva. Is it's just like, dude, like, why am I going to go through the trouble of labbing how to beat this when, like, a little dip in connection is just, that's it. Like, all right, they get their hit and I don't. And, people need
I
that positive reinforcement, man.
To get back on that statement that you said, more people are quitting this game. I've seen a lot more people joining Mortal Kombat's Assault Image than seen leave. I've seen a couple of Street Fighter players join. Uh, I've seen a Tekken player, the main man, Svi or whatever his name is, join. Start playing MK11 a lot more than before. Why do you think more people are leaving
Well,
than joining?
I'm mostly touching on the point that Rio was making, that people are threatening to leave and leaving in droves because of Shiva. I don't necessarily believe that. I think people are just kind of bitching, but I'm saying it from the point of, I understand why a lot of people feel that way. I honestly don't think anybody's quitting the game over Shiva, but I see why people are like, yo, why am I bothering with this shit? And I think right now the community's just kind of waiting for a patch. Like, they're not. Before it was like, is there going to be more DLC? Are we going to get another character? Now it's like, yo, dude, I've been fighting upgraded Jackie for like over a year now. And like, if that's what the game is, then maybe it's not the game for me. And Shiva has kind of put a spotlight on that for some people. Is it's like, yo, dude, like, when is this patch coming? Because like, I could beat this, but do I really want to? Do I want to sit here and like lab how to beat down up spam? And a lot of people are just coming to the conclusion that no, maybe I don't want to. And I agree with you. More people are coming into MK than ever before. But the thing is the first impressions, right? Like, yeah, a lot of people from other fighting games are coming into MK, but what if you're, coming in and like that's your first experience with MK? Right? What if you're a Tekken player and you jump on MK and you jump on ranked and you just lose to Shiva spam? It's not a good look. That's not how you retain a player base.
Like it or not, you're not gonna get a fucking patch until like 2 months from now. Just a big ass tournament in, live right now.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting a patch anytime soon. I think at best we'll get a patch in April or May. That would be the earliest that we're going to get anything. But it goes back to what I've said many times. Like, NetherRealm has a hard time balancing their games to not be really spammy. Like, at the end of the day, like, Shiva is kind of a spammy character. And I don't really find that to be interesting game design. I think Shiva's got a lot of cool juice, and I think she's an interesting character. But the fact that you can win matches against Hayate with just spam, that's not a good look to me. That's like a really bad look. World class player. I mean, this isn't some like rando scrub from Combat League, right? Like, this is a world class player, And yeah, this is pretty shitty. Pretty shitty.
I mean, I personally know Hayate as the Robin player from Injustice 2. Uh, I kind of forgot about him after Injustice 2 died down.
Yeah.
Who is he playing right now?
He's playing Fujin. He was Aaron Black for the most part. He was like basically the number one Aaron Black in the world for a while. And right now he's playing Fujin, and people are considering him probably the best Fujin in the world. So, we'll see. We'll see. But the fact that he got blown up and there was not much he could do, it's just a frustrating character to play online. But I don't think she really needs to get nerfed too much. I think it's more of an issue with online than anything. There's no way they could really nerf that character to make her not exist. Like, she's kind of built around that stomp. And if they nerf the stomp, like, they may as well just delete the character.
The way I'd make it is I'd have her have more takes for a command grab, like her overhead command grab, and I'd make the stomp be like directable instead of track.
The only thing I would do to fix Shiva is just remove some of the frame advantage on stomp. So when she does the stomp, she has enough time to just do it again. I would make it like if she does stomp, she's at 0. That she she can't just, she has no frame advantage. Like, you get your stomp, you're done. Now you have to play the game. Instead of like, oh, you got your stomp? Okay, well, here comes another one.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I also would have like down the frame data on that. Like I wouldn't make it like neutral on the hit or anything. I'd make it like +2 or 3, just so you don't get mashed on.
I wouldn't even make it
But yeah,
+2 or 3. I would make it 0 on hit, and then they have to deal with wake up because she's right in your face. So she has Oki. She can pressure you and do stuff, and then you can use your wake up options like anything else, or she can back up and blow it up. But like the idea is that like whatever she's gonna do, you have a chance to respond now. Like, that's it.
there's also another change that I saw going around, like as in stomp working like MPX Goro stomp, like where you can't anti-air people or there's an obvious way to counter it.
I
What do
don't
you think
know
of
if
it?
I would say you would be unable to anti-air people because you could use Stomp. That takes away one of the best things about Stomp, which is if someone's jumping full screen, you have a way to answer it, right? Like, especially like Shiva, if you go for like a zoner build and you're dragon stance and you're shooting shit, right? And then they're trying to jump over it and you see the opportunity to catch them with a Stomp. I don't think Stomp should lose to jumps. I think that should just catch wherever you're at. I just don't think that she should be able to just do it again. Like, I think that you got your stomp, you got your 100 damage. Now do something else. And I think if they did that, she wouldn't be nearly as like annoying to fight. And the issue with that is like the move is so like it's not really that big a deal. Like it does 100 damage. Like they've got to hit a lot of stomps. It's just annoying fighting it when you're taking like 5 stomps in a row and the crushing blow. And yeah, the crushing blow hurts, but like in order to get that crushing blow, you had to have taken like what 3 stomps. So like
Three in a row.
yeah, you've already taken like 3, like basically as much as a combo, but in 3 reads. Like if that shit hits you, then yeah, they deserve their crushing blow. I'm sorry, but it's just with the lag and the fact that she has frame advantage to where she can do another one, which she doesn't even have that much frame advantage. If she tries to do it like point blank, oftentimes you can hit her out of it if she's just spamming it up close, provided your connection is solid. So like again, the stomp issue is more of an internet issue. I don't think the move on its own is really all that great. I mean, it's good. It's a good move, but I don't think it's like people act like Shiva's stomp is like fucking upgraded Jackie, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's not. It's annoying. It's stupid.
It's nowhere near good.
But it's not.
It doesn't even make her top 10.
I would say that she's as strong because of, like you said, we live in an internet world. I would say there's a strong argument that could be made that she's top 5. She's definitely top 3 if we're talking about Wi-Fi.
She does not. She doesn't even compare to Jackie, Cetrion, Joker, Liu Kang, Fujin.
I think so. Online, yeah. Online, I think she
not
does.
even online.
Because I think
Not even
Joker,
online.
I don't even think is really all that great online. He's got a lot of high execution shit if you want to play him effectively. I think Joker's one of those characters that actually doesn't work online. Like he's way better offline than online. He's good online, but I think
Joker is just look. Here's like how I consider Joker. Same with a lot of other Spawn players. I consider Joker to just be a better Spawn, and since Spawn, I consider it to be at around top 10, like top 11, top 10, around that level. I consider Joker to be top 5. Offline, online doesn't really matter. Joker is just Spawn, but with extra abilities, like being able to play up close.
sorta. I think of Joker as a better Devora. Honestly, like he kind of just does whatever Devora does, but like he has mids. Joker is what happens when Devora has mids. I see him closer to Devora than Spawn because he's got more set play. Spawn isn't really a set play character.
I mean, Spawn is a set play character, but with no setups, or well, set play character, but with shimmies instead of setups.
Yeah, I mean with the restand, he can kind of set play you, but I don't know about that. I don't like Joker's set play. Like Joker with the fucking boxing glove launcher is pretty much Spawn, but with good mids. Like, but Ace of Knaves, I think, is basically like Devora, but with good mids.
From what I've been playing and whatever, it seems like Crosby. Oh God, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Crosby was actually right, and boxing gloves plus jumping gesture is optimal.
Yeah, because it plays up to Joker's strength of having good buttons and good mids. So if you have good fundamentals and good neutral, boxing gloves just makes that even more powerful. You know, like I have good neutral, and now when I land those hits, they hurt. And the leap just kind of gets rid of Joker's only weakness in that he kind of gets zoned pretty easily. So
Jumping Jester isn't the leap. Jumping Jester is the down back one from Variation 2.
the box that bounces across the screen.
The
The
No, you mean
anti-air
Jack in the
one.
Box, Back for Four?
No, the
Oh yeah,
anti-air
yeah, that
one.
one. That one.
Yeah. And then if you amplify it, it comes like it only hits on the way up unless you amplify it, right?
Yeah, but amplifying the corner also launches.
Yeah. I think
And,
that
and
that
mid screen, like mid screen, the only way to get damage off the on amp one is back three. Is it? Uh, is it? It's like back 3-1 or back 3-2 into down back one forward down two. You can switch down to stand two back forward two for tighter link. I don't know if you can get it after 1-2-3 or not, but mid screen you can also do a forward one forward down back one forward meter burn stand two or forward two back forward two.
right. Yeah.
But that's less important.
Of course. Of course. Indeed. Like I think Joker's got some juice, but I still think online Shiva is top 5. It's top 5 in the game online.
No, I don't agree with that.
I mean,
I mean, I don't even agree with tier lists or placements in this game. Like variation, like just any variation of Jackie or any variation of Citrian will just be top five.
well, yeah, I said top 5. I didn't say top 3. Right? Like I absolutely don't think that Shiva's as good as Jackie or Cetrion. But like I think that Shiva is way more irritating to fight online than Joker. I can play neutral with Joker. You
I
can't
mean,
play.
it's irritating, but we aren't talking about how irritating something is.
But
We're
that's what I'm
talking about
saying is
how
like you lose to
good
that
something
shit.
is.
Lose to that shit online, right? It's like the when people said Sub Zero was top tier but only online. That's how I feel about Shiva. She's top tier but only online.
I mean, she's like spawn levels of tier placement. I don't think she's actually that broken
I do.
or
I
that
just lost to a
powerful.
player. Okay, tell me this. Was the guy that beat
I
me with
mean, you
Shiva
yourself
Stomp
said.
better than me? The fact that I was not even trying, I was phoning it in and I was just wrecking every other character he had with Devora. And then he beats me with literally just Shiva Stomp. So you're telling me that like I'm just not that good and that guy was a better player than me.
I mean, no matter how good the player is, that it's not gonna change how Sheila is played.
But that's what I'm saying
Sheila is
is
an
like the
easy character.
tier lists are basically like which character is going to have an easier path to victory. Like I picked a character that I was blowing him up with. He didn't have an answer for my character, so he picked a character that would have an easier path to victory by just pushing down up and like it was on me to deal with it. Like you saw that I was playing him in the neutral, I was setting him up, I was landing combos, getting damage, keeping him frame trap, all this shit, and he beats me with down up the whole match.
I mean, by that definition, then Fujin wouldn't be top five since it's even difficult to move with Fujin.
Yeah, but Fujin, you just need back two, forward two, and forward three. Like those moves
Forward two,
alone,
no,
and back
no forward
one.
two,
It's
back
back
two,
two,
yes,
back
back one,
two, back
yes,
one, and
one
forward three.
one, 1-2. Well, actually, he used the whole command list of Fujin.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you could win matches with just back one, one, forward three, and back two. Like he's a lot better if you
I
use
mean, yeah,
everything, but like those moves cover the
yeah,
entirety of the
also
neutral.
Fujin's the kind of character that has amazing neutral, but he doesn't have to play neutral.
Well, he just does it. He just makes it to where you don't get to play neutral. That's the problem with Fujin. Is like you. It does. So many characters in this game are forced to play neutral. Like they don't have any other dirt other than neutral. And when you fight a character like Fujin who says, "Yeah, you don't play neutral anymore. This is not that game." It does screw over a lot of characters because like the one tool that you've got, it just doesn't really do much. At least that's my take
Yeah,
on it. That's
Fujin
my
also
take
gets a
on it.
lot of damage. Fujin also gets a lot of damage, like especially after back one, since it's his best starter. Back one, 1-2, 1-2, down up, meter run down back to down, down to 1-1, down back 4, I think is the optimal. And that
Yeah,
was like 33% for a character that doesn't lose anywhere.
yeah, he doesn't lose anywhere on the screen. He doesn't have any really bad matchups, and like he just kind of counters a lot of the cast. And like it seems like this game is slowly but surely turning into like a six character game, and like the six characters are the ones, right? The characters that have been good, and plus now you add Fujin and Shiva, and like that's pretty much the meta of the game. I think people are just kind of like tired of that. Like people are kind of tired of fighting Cetrion and upgraded Jackie. And I think interest has kind of come back because it's like, all right, well now we have Fujin and Shiva, and Fujin is fun to play and he's really cool and there's a lot of shit going on, but Shiva's just kind of brain dead and it works for some reason. And like that's kind of the meta right now is like you pick the top five or Fujin and Shiva, and you either like it or you don't.
I mean, every game has top tiers. This is probably the most balanced fighting game out there.
Oh,
And the
I'm not
second most
saying.
balanced fighting game out there is probably in Steel, where they haven't nerfed. Actually, no, they have nerfed Black Adam like 10 times, but it didn't do anything. Black
Well,
Adam is just has amazing new that game and also really good mix up. So Black Adam is always gonna be good in that game,
I'm
or
not saying that the game's not balanced
they're just
though.
gonna have a super easy character that's good everywhere, like Superman.
I'm not.
She was Mortal Kombat 11's Superman.
No, but what I'm saying is that not that the game isn't balanced, but like if you the top tiers are the top tiers, and you're gonna have to deal with them. And if you don't enjoy fighting those characters or playing as those characters, then like that's the game. You know, it's like to me the way the meta is in this game is it's like Korean backdash and Tekken, right? Like you either like Korean backdash and you find that fun, or you don't. And if you don't, then Tekken just isn't the game for you. And I feel like Mortal Kombat's at that point now where it's like, all right, dude, we've been fighting like upgraded Jackie and Liu Kang for 2 years now. If you don't like fighting upgraded Jackie and Cetrion as they are, then maybe MK11 just isn't for you because it doesn't look like those characters are going anywhere anytime soon, and you are going to have to fight them over and over.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? It's like Breakaway, right? Like if you don't like Breakaway at this point, like you should probably just quit the game because Breakaway isn't going anywhere.
Screw Breakaway, dude. Fucking winning neutral just to get punished for 30%. And then Martin's over here saying, "Oh yeah, I prefer MK11's Breakaway or resetting neutral in MKX."
I actually prefer MK11's Breakaway over MKX as well. Because here's the deal. In MKX, if you had Breakaway, you could be 100% safe. There was no punish, right? So if I did like rando Scorpion teleport and I had meter and you block my teleport and you go to punish, I instantly breaker and I take no damage. Whereas in this game, at least you can't escape until I launch you. So if you do something stupid and punishable, I can just punish you and get guaranteed damage, and then you can break away after the fact. I think one of the problems with breakaway is that a lot of moves are not punishable on the ground, and so you could break away instantly. And I think that kind of is counterintuitive to what breakaway is supposed to do, which is give you guaranteed damage until I launch you. But you look at like certain moves like Melina's ball, Raiden's Superman, Fujin's wind kicks. A lot of those moves you have to punish before they hit the ground. Upgraded Jackie, right? You have to punish her in the air. And so, like, I get my punish on you doing something unsafe, and then you just break away. And it's like, well, that's literally just Mortal Kombat X Breaker.
Problem is MKS resets neutral. MK11 makes it so that the person that lost neutral is at an advantage.
Yeah, but at the
Yeah,
end of
I
the
get.
day, you can counterplay it. Like,
Okay, then there, like you said, there's characters that that don't get guaranteed damage, like Jack don't get guaranteed damage, like Jackie or Molina on a like they can just break away instantly. But then there's characters like Spawn who you either break away always or you don't ever break away. So what the point is? What's the point of having breakaway when he doesn't have charge? When you're never gonna get launched, and what's the point of not using breakaway when he does have charge?
Well, his anti-breakaway is for his crushing blow combos. That's what they're for. It's like to guarantee
Oh
his
yeah,
crushing
like
blows. His one,
might not
his
even.
yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about it, and you take that crushing blow build where he has all his crushing blows, like that's kind of when you would want it. But yeah, I agree. Like, there's no reason to go for the anti-breakaway if you don't have charge, and they overlap. So you know, like, hooray for Spawn.
Yeah, and it's also yeah, and it's also a mix of respawn because if he reads, you're gonna take one hit and then break away. He's gonna get full combo punished.
Pretty much.
Or if he's gonna read it, you're just not gonna break away ever, and you just go for your full combo. You're gonna take one hit, take the breakaway, then get hit by the second hit, and then whatever special spawn did, he's punished. Or he could just go guarantee damage, as in mace at the start. At which point that just does like what 30% of the his most important crushing blow forward throw, like
Well,
forward throw, jump into 4-2-3 back forward two, and then mace, and that's 30%.
well, I think
And he's 2 bars.
I think the issue is that the anti-breakaway as a universal mechanic isn't as universal. And like, if you're gonna give everybody the universal mechanic of breakaway, I think everybody should have a way of dealing with it as well. And right now, like, I kind of like breakaway and armor break because it reminds me of Guilty Gear's burst system. That, like, in Guilty Gear you have burst, which is a combo breaker. But if I read that you're going to go for the combo breaker, I can bait it out and get an even bigger combo, like force a whiff on it. And like, I think that's what they were trying to do with breakaway, but it just, like, everybody can burst bait in Guilty Gear. But like, not everybody can blow up breakaway in MK11. Like, you can, like, a lot of characters can just get an uppercut. Like Spawn, if you have charge, like, you end your combo with uppercut. Like, that's just it, you know?
No, not even that. No, you don't even do that because if you do charge even once and spend bar to amplify it, if they break away instantly, you're minus.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but that's what I'm saying is, like, you don't have any, like, a lot of characters don't have any way to, like, punish breakaway. And I think if everybody had a way to bait it out and punish it, and I wish that there were, like, Guilty Gear does it so elegantly. If you expect that your opponent is going to burst, you just stop pressing buttons and then their burst whiffs, right? And then you just continue your combo or start a new combo. Whereas in MK11, if I think they're going to break away, I have to do my anti-breakaway tech before they break away. So it's like totally a read, but on their side, it's not a read, it's a reaction. And that's where I think that it becomes kind of lopsided in that I have to guess if you're going to break away, but you don't have to guess. You just wait until the point where you could break away and punish me and then do it. And if I don't do the combo that you can break away and punish, you just don't break. So like the advantage is to the person getting hit because they're choosing whether or not to take the damage, and there's not much you can do. You have to make a read. And I think that's one of the problems in this game is that, like, a lot of stuff is lopsided in read versus reaction. If I have to make a read, then that's risky. If I have to make a reaction, reactions are almost never risky. You either reacted or you didn't and then did the thing or you didn't. But, like, there's no guesswork. You either saw it happen and dealt with it or it didn't happen and you didn't deal with it. And breakaway is entirely read based on offense. That's why you guys have seen, like, whenever I launch people, I just do uppercuts or like jump kick, dive kick if I'm playing Kung Lao. Like, I don't go for optimal if you have 2 bars. I just don't. It's too much of a liability on my end to make the read and then I'm wrong and you get to hit me for half of my health. Whereas, like, you're not making any read. You're just waiting. If you're a smart player, you're just waiting until the point where you could break away and then seeing if I do it. There's no guesswork.
Breakaway is just so breakaway and armor breakers are just so fundamentally bad that it just doesn't matter. There's characters like Raiden where his armor break doesn't even do as much damage as his down back two. Down back two is his armor break, and then if you add Storm Cell, that's you don't have armor break, but you get more unbreakable damage with Storm Cell than you do with Breakaway. What? Then there
And
are
he
characters
doesn't have a
like
launcher without getting fucking 2 slots for fucking charge and whatnot. So it's not like he's ever launching you with fucking his breakaway anyways.
yeah, and then there are characters like Sub Zero that are just never gonna use get the breakaway chance, or Scorpion.
Yeah, pretty much. I think what they need to do is they need to make armor breaks universal across the board.
Actually,
Either do a crushing blow or relaunch, and they need to make them special moves. Like if there's special moves,
here's
you
an
can
idea.
cancel into them.
Here's an idea. Since uh, Scorpion's battery is so bad as a breakaway, why not do Demon Dash? It's either really good at 7 frames, or it's just really bad when it's 8 frames or slower. So let's make it an armor break. Or with Sub Zero that also has 4-4 as an armor breaker. Let's add like what some moves does he have? He has add make I don't know the bloody icicles be the armor breaker or something,
Yeah, I think people
or
should. I think
just
characters
normally
should have
rising
more.
ice.
I think characters should have more armor breaks, but I think armor breaks shouldn't be really, really slow reactable moves. I think they should be special moves, so that way I can special cancel if I see that you broke, right?
Yeah, I know.
So like
What I
instead of it
mean
being a
is
normal,
have I know what you mean. I mean, have characters that have normals that are armor breakers get special attacks that are armor breakers. Because characters like Scorpion, like if you break away and he catches you back three, he's gonna get mega damage because scaling just resets. There's no scaling, so he gets mega damage. Or Sub Zero is gonna get a like 30% crushing blow off it that isn't scaled at all because again, scaling is removed.
yeah.
Then let's add special moves that do less damage, but they still break armor.
I mean, I'd be cool with that.
I think that would be a cool idea.
I would be cool with that. Like I would be down for that. But I just think there needs to be a way for me to catch your breaker with a reaction instead of just a read. I don't even care. I think everybody should have a way to stop breakers and punish them for big damage. That should just be
That's not gonna
universal.
happen.
Like,
That's never gonna happen. They either get double down two in the air, or they just aren't reactable.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like it should be like special moves. Like I feel like Cabal is like probably where I would put it in that like if you break away and he does the hook grab, he gets a big crushing blow, but like if you don't break away, right, then he loses all that damage. But because his breakaway move is a special move that you would cancel in strings, he at least has time to confirm, right? He can go in and like does his nomad dash and then hits 2-3, fucking hook grab, or if he sees that you broke on the 2-3, go into the fucking spin grab, the
But
regular grab.
that doesn't work like that. What are you saying?
I'm saying that he could hit confirm, right? So you have air hook and then you have hook grab. Air hook extends your combo. Hook grab catches the armor break, right? So I do nomad dash. All right,
You
your
can't
launch.
react.
I think,
You can react. You can
but I think
guess.
that
That's also a read.
I think it's a little bit easier to react to that than it is because you could do 2-3 and hit confirm off of that. You can hit confirm
You
off
can't.
of 2-3. I've seen people hit confirm.
I mean, you can hit confirm 2-3, but you can't hit confirm if they break or not after 2-3.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is at least that's a more like if it was easier to hit confirm that and catch the breakaway, like I just don't like that like you have to guess and they don't have to guess. That's the problem I have with breakaway. Is I have to guess and if I guess wrong, I die. You don't have to guess. And it doesn't matter like what you guess. If you guess wrong, like whatever. You know, like if you think that I'm gonna go for a fucking uppercut after my launch and I don't, like, you get to keep your bars. Like there's no punish for you guessing wrong. You're rewarded if you guess wrong. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, like they could just there's no guessing on defense. You're just reacting. And even if you guess wrong, it's like whatever. You know, like it doesn't really hurt you all that much. Whereas if I guess wrong, like I'm dead. I'm dead and I can't react. I have to guess. I have to just hope. I just have to hope you didn't break. But like that would be the only thing that I have problem with Breaker. I think at this point Breaker is what it is. Like you either like it or you don't.
I mean, I don't like it. I hate it.
I mean, there is that. There is that. Anyways, we are coming
Well,
up.
like, I just like everything else about the game, like the neutral of the game. Back Scorpion, just if you have good neutral with Scorpion, you're honestly just the best character in the game. Scorpion is really good neutral,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
he's all neutral. He's one of the more honest characters in the game. But like, it's still hard to make him work because, you're playing the Nooch and you're fighting Fujin. And it's like, all right. It's
No, I think that's a 5-5 match of Scorpion versus Fujin.
yeah, but you're still not playing neutral. Like Scorpion can beat Fujin, but he doesn't do it with neutral. He does it with other shit. He does it with like, his neutral destroying things. But I agree, this game's neutral is godlike.
Like what?
Teleport.
Nah, teleport doesn't break neutral, or at least not to the extent of some other moves.
It's not as bad as Fujin or Jackie, but it does. Like, fuck a whiff punish, I just teleport. Fuck, and then with teleport cancel, it's like, fuck going in, I'll just run away and teleport cancel, and now I'm safe. Fuck your neutral. Fuck your pressure.
Nah, he's like minus 20 on a cancel. Plus
Yeah, but he's so far
plus,
away.
Normal teleport.
It doesn't matter that he's minus 20. He's a million miles away.
You mean teleport cancel behind you or teleport cancel forward?
Teleport cancel
Or
forward.
back, I mean.
Teleport cancel back. I'm not teleporting behind you to be safe. I'm teleporting behind you to catch you on a mix. If I'm teleporting to be safe, I'm teleporting back.
Yeah. I mean, there's still characters that can punish it, like Sub-Zero. I think Brock can even punish it.
Yeah, but that's a hard read. Like, nobody's punishing that on reaction. They're just punishing because you're being, like, really predictable.
Yeah.
But here's the deal, Kabalsack. Here's the deal. We're coming up on an hour in the podcast, right? And I didn't record any of this. I just realized I did not record it. Fuck me.
Oh. Streaming.
It was just a kind of fucking hectic-ish morning for me. But I didn't record any of my fucking podcast. I'm such a fucking idiot. All right. I'm going to go have a cigarette. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to fucking try and get my head straight. Well, the VOD would be up on Twitch. I'd have to like end the stream and download it. I don't know if I'm going to do that. That takes a long time to download that.
After the stream.
But
after the stream, download it, and then whatever happens, just send it to me by my morning. So
no,
I can edit it tomorrow and post videos.
I can
I
have.
already need a lot.
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna record the whole stream today, and then I'll send you that VOD, and we'll do that. I feel so stupid. I can't believe I did that shit. Oh, fuck me.
Cool.
I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna come back. What's that? What's that?
Podcast. You're gonna post the podcast. Are you gonna post that yourself, or?
I'm gonna see what I can do. I've got to cut the stream. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna cut the stream. and then restart the stream. So that way it will be an hour-long VOD of today's stream instead of a 6-hour VOD for today's podcast, and then I can download that and get that posted tonight. But, yeah.
That's sick. That's
All right, I'm going to catch you guys later. Like, share, subscribe. Fucking, I'm stupid. I hate my life. Thanks for coming by, Kabalsack.
Twitter.
What's that?
No problem, man.
Yeah, follow Kabalsack on Twitter and whatnot. And I'm gonna see you guys in a couple of minutes if you're on the stream, or fucking whenever if you're watching this on YouTube.